While Cobra Kai may have given Johnny Lawrence a second chance, showrunners Josh Heald and John Hurwitz affirm that one Karate Kid villain will not be redeemed and be at his worst in the sixth and final season. The Netflix series is set 34 years after the events of the 1984 sports movie, as both Johnny and Daniel LaRusso deal with growing older and training a new generation of young fighters. Season 1 saw former mentor Kreese approach Johnny looking for forgiveness, only to manipulate his way into control once more. Ahead of the return of Cobra Kai Season 6 on November 15th, Heald and Hurwitz opened up to Screen Rant about whether one character could be given a new perspective that could explain their actions. Despite the series redefining what we know about the cast of The Karate Kid, both showrunners agreed that Kreese was too far gone to be redeemed, with neither Johnny nor Daniel wanting to give him a second chance and him set on destroying their lives. Josh Heald said, "I think he murdered all of them. But no, he forcibly exited a prison and walked into the night dressed as a maniacal doctor. And next we locate him, he's coming ashore in Korea, so he's resourceful. He's somebody who's got a goal right now, which is destroying his enemies. Daniel and Johnny have let him know in no uncertain terms that they hope he rots in prison for the rest of his life, and they have no love for him, so any hope of redemption is out of the window." John Hurwitz said, "Well, we saw in the first 5 how Kreese has this new Cobra Kai, and he's teamed up with Kim Do-yeon, who he has a long history with. And he has some very formidable fighters there in Korea. So he's excited to bring next-level fighters to take on the fighters of the Valley. As for Johnny, he thought Kreese was a thing of the past. He was in jail, he escaped, but if he pops back up, he'll be tossed back in there. So there's no thought on Kreese. But the moment he shows up at the end of those first 5, Johnny's now entering this middle 5 off balance because this father figure / sensei that he has is now there ready to mess with him. And Daniel is not in his best place either. So our senseis and our kids have the big punch to the stomach of seeing Tori, who they thought is their friend, now on the other side, and Sensei Kreese returning with a vengeance. Kreese may be irredeemable in the eyes of both Cobra Kai showrunners, but the series has devoted time to explain just what events turned him into an abusive mentor. Orphaned at a young age and left to fend for himself, Kreese is shown to initially have a good heart, something he would lose through his traumatic experience in Vietnam when he is forced to fight and kill his abusive captain. While his cruel streak took time to manifest following the war as he founded Cobra Kai, he would eventually become the character seen throughout the Karate Kid series. Despite this tragic fate and entering the series looking for redemption, Kreese has spent many of the chances offered to him throughout the series, even resorting to more brutal and violent attacks as time passes. While he has had his own demons to conquer throughout the series and attempted to make amends and be given a backstory that explains what went wrong in his life, the showrunner's response suggests that Kreese cannot avoid his ultimate comeuppance forever. Like how Cobra Kai challenged how audiences not only view Johnny and Daniel but Mr. Miyagi too, the series offers a new perspective on Kreese as well. While he may have started as another boy in search of guidance, the series illustrated how his own poor mentor in Vietnam created a cycle of violence and misery that his former student is trying to break for good. As such, Kreese's role as villain throughout the show has rendered him a warning of what could be if either Johnny or Daniel fails to break free of the past. And while Daniel's journey may continue in Karate Kid Legends, Heald and Hurwitz's response does indicate that Kreese's story will come to a well-deserved close. Though the journey of Cobra Kai may be nearing its end, the former sensei is set to be the perfect final foil for its more heroic mentors.